Okay. Hello and welcome. This is this month's Impact Workshop, Work and Play Shop. And this one is called Create and Sell Your Workshop in 72 Hours. And I like this one. This is all about getting her done. And so that is what we're going to do. So if you have an idea for a workshop in mind, I will still encourage you to go through the brainstorming exercises that we're going to do, fast and furious style. And of course, you can include that, but just be open to what might occur to you because it's kind of cool what comes to us sometimes when we're open and curious, more curious, as John has invited us to be with his t-shirt. So let me share my screen because I have some slides for you today. And hopefully all of this works because I looked at the Zoom interface. I'm like, this is different than it was the last time I was in here. Oh my God. Let's move this out of the way so that I can actually get to my stuff. No, that didn't work. Okay. Nope. This. There we go. Okay. So can everybody see the screen? I'm hoping that you can.
Yep.
All right. And I now cannot see you. Something happened to people. So that's all right. If you need something, please interrupt me because I won't be able to see your beautiful faces. So this is Create and Sell Your Workshop in 72 Hours. And this is essentially going to help you create your workshop, an online workshop in a weekend with no website, no tech traps, and no figuring it out. So in other words, no overthinking. The idea is to get this done and make it as simple as possible for you. So here's the stuff that you might need. And by the way, I have full instructions and templates and things for all of the stuff that's here in this presentation. And you'll also get a link to this replay. So you can come back to anything. You don't have to take it all in right now. Know that you can come back and work on it later. We're going to get the bulk of this done today, actually. A lot of it will be done by the time we end our 60 minutes together. And then the rest will be all mapped out for you so that you can literally get it done. And you could really get this done in much under 72 hours. That's giving you a few days for coordination and perhaps some email communication back and forth. So here's the stuff that you'll need for the simple version that I'm going to share with you today. You'll need a Zoom account, which if you don't already have a paid account, you can get a free account, but it only allows you 40 minutes. So I would suggest paying $17 for the month if you don't already have a free or a Zoom account. You need an email address. I think everybody's got one of those. A PayPal account. Pretty simple to get if you don't have one. And Google Drive, that's optional. Maybe you need it, maybe you don't, depending on how you decide to proceed. So, in other words, there's nothing fancy you need here. You don't need a website, you don't need landing pages or anything. We're going to keep it super simple. And I asked, like, why did I choose to do this in 72 hours? Why would anyone, right? Well, part of it is an inspiration that Rin and I, when we decided to do a sprint to our Love Money course launch in May, we actually created and sold a whole course in 3 days. And I thought, well, if we could do a course, you can do a workshop. So that's why, because why not? We can, and it's fun. And the idea behind this is that it's good enough for now and safe enough to try. And that is a phrase that I've borrowed from Sociocracy. So one of the things that happens when you have groups of people who are trying to get shit done is that they often get bogged down in decision making. Like, should I do this? Shouldn't I? I have reservations about it. I don't like that idea. And what Sociocracy came up with as a way around that is this idea of, well, is it good enough for now and safe enough to try? So it's kind of like, what do you think? Anything here is going to be safe enough to try, okay? Because we're not doing brain surgery here, open heart surgery. There are no lives at stake. Let it be good enough. And when you only have a short period of time, that's what you're kind of gonna do. It's gonna be good enough. There's not room for overthinking, and we're leaving that out deliberately. So, first thing I want to ask you is if there's anything that seems like it's standing in your way of completing this, of doing this, of actually creating a workshop and launching it out there, what permission can you give yourself? What permission will you give yourself right now? So, for example, you might give yourself permission to be messy if you're afraid it'll be messy. You might give yourself permission to let it be imperfect. You might give yourself permission to fail if that's what you're afraid of. You might give yourself permission to not do a good job or as good a job as you think. Whatever you think you need permission for, give it to yourself right now. So I'm going to stop the share of this because I really need to see you guys. Um, so just consider for a moment, what permission would you like to give yourself going into this, creating your workshop? And if you want, it would be great. Put it in the chat so that we can see. Yeah. Permission to let it be good enough. Permission to fail. Yeah.
Permission to succeed beyond our
Perm
wildest dreams.
there you go. Permission to succeed. Permission to be scared and still do it. Cool. You know, my favorite permission slip that I gave myself was permission to be an asshole. And I'll tell you why that was powerful for me because some people were confused by it. Like, but Stephanie, why would you want to be an asshole? I was like, oh no, I don't want to be an asshole. I just spend so much of my time worrying that I might be too pushy or annoy people, worrying about being an asshole that I won't do it. So if I have permission to be an asshole, I don't have to worry about it. And I'm not going to be one. So sometimes giving yourself permission to do the thing that you're afraid will happen actually lets you just not worry about it. Yeah, to permission to not care about the results, just have fun. Permission to feel resistant. Like that. Awesome. Whatever you want permission for, give it to yourself. Okay. Well done. Now I'm going to perhaps, let's say more smoothly this time. Okay, share my screen again. Yeah, that was smoother that time. Okay. So well done giving yourself a permission slip. So here are the steps we're going to go over today. Steps in this little process. So I think we're going to get through to number 4. That's my plan, but I will quickly go over these others as well. So step number 1 is to kiss your topic. So keep it stupidly simple. That's what we're calling. And step 2 is plain Jane sexy name. So we're going to come up with your name. Step 3 is the oracle of price and time. So we will consult the oracle about how to price and when to have your workshop. Step 4 is creating your heartfelt invitation. Step 5 is workshop alchemy. So that's actually designing the workshop itself, which can be much simpler than we often think it can be. And 6 is easy peasy delivery. So that's how to deliver it in a way that's simple. So some people watching this, some people here might be more sophisticated than others as far as the setup that you have already, the tools that you're using. You're welcome to use whatever you've got if you know how to use it. If you have tools and don't know how to use them, I'm going to suggest that you stay with the simple format that I'm going to give you because the object here is make it easy for yourself. Don't get caught up in trying to learn something new, even if you paid for it and have never used it, because the point is to get it done, not create more friction. So that's my invitation for you. Okay, so step 1 Keep it stupidly simple, your topic. So right now, here's your prompt. What could I help someone shift or explore in 60 to 90 minutes in an online webinar? So here are some ideas to get you thinking. I get asked about this thing. People are always asking me about this. I absolutely love talking about this. A recent client breakthrough I helped with, something I've navigated myself. What feels playful and exciting to teach right now? So I'm going to give you 4 minutes for this. That's not a lot of time, but I think it's enough time. And go ahead and brainstorm now. Okay. So that's our 4 minutes. And whatever you've written, let it be good enough for now. And I'm going to ask you to get a little bit more specific with it. So if you have a favorite topic, I want you to pick the topic that you're most drawn to right now, knowing that you're not married to it forever. This is good enough for now. So pick the favorite of your ideas. And I want you to get a little bit more specific with it. Chances are it's probably broad, like, okay, I want to talk about websites, or I want to talk about how to use AI in your business, or I want to talk about how to grow your business, right? So get a little bit more specific. So if your topic was pain relief, then getting more specific would be back pain relief. Getting more specific still would be low back pain in 5 minutes. If you said, I want to help people find clarity and confidence, then more specific would be clarity and confidence about your next step. More specific still, start your business today with the perfect next step for you. So try to get it down to really one thing, because there are so many things that you could talk about on any given topic. One area of this topic that would be really cool to focus on. The one thing that if you could teach people, show people, give them a breakthrough around would make the biggest difference. So take just 2 minutes to ponder that, how you could make this a little bit more specific or a lot more specific. It's our time. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment so I can look at your beautiful faces and check in with you for a moment. How's everybody doing? You can give me like a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a thumb sideways, two thumbs up. A meh. That was kind of like I got the meh, I'm doing okay. Cool. Any questions or things that are inspiring you coming up? Just for a brief share. There's lots I want to I cheated. I already had notes. That's not cheating. That's called wisdom and efficiency. That's your brilliance in motion. Yeah. Anyone feel moved to share anything just yet? I wanted to remind myself that you're here with me, which I love. We're here together. Yeah, Natalie.
So I'll share that I'm going all in my permission to not care about the results and taking the most impractical topic, but
Oh.
I don't care. It's for me. So I'm doing it about discovering the truth about a venture by incorporating it in your life today.
Ooh,
Don't know if
cool.
anyone's going to care about it, but I do. So I'm just playing with it.
Yeah. Is it lighting you up? Are you feeling it?
Yes. Yeah. Because I have
You
like many other topics that would be probably more practical and sellable, but for the sake of this, I'm just playing with what feels right.
I love that. And I highly endorse that approach to go with something that lights you up versus something practical. And I'm about to do it myself. I've share this with you at the end, but I've decided I'm gonna create a website in a weekend this weekend. I'm doing that for myself. And instead of doing the practical thing, which I've had on my list to do, like, update the content on the Awakened business, I'm like, what? I've been not doing that for a long time. There's this new domain I have that's called stephdragonheart.com. And I'm going to put some content on that by Monday. There's going to be something there. There's going to be offers that are lighting me up and possibly impractical. I don't know. I'm going to do it. I feel led to do it. I think that when we go with what lights us up, even if it doesn't take us where we think or where we hope, it feeds us in such a way that every area of our life benefits because you're alive. And when you come alive, all of the all of the parts of you, all of the things that your life touches are more alive as a result. So, yeah, I love that, Natalie. Anyone else want to share anything before we dive back in? Any burning questions? Esther, I saw your hand.
Yeah, I'm happy to share. So I've got loads of course ideas. Always have.
Uh-huh.
So the one that I was thinking of is like how to start a podcast, but how to start it either the neurodivergent friendly way or for the recovering perfectionist and or if you're on a budget. So or a combination of those things. So still thinking
Ooh,
about how to refine it. Yeah.
anybody's interest peaked in that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very cool. I like the specificity of it and also the practicality of it. It's like, and I get what you're doing right away too. Awesome. Okay. So we'll go back to my little screen share and my slides. Okay. Well done, everyone, wherever you are, with your permission slips, with your topic. And now we're going to do a name. So we're playing the plain Jane but sexy name. So here are 5 different formulas that you can use for your topic. So I want you to plug your topic into one or more of these and pick one. So I'm just going to give you 3 minutes for this because we're just playing around with words. Again, let it be good enough for now. Go ahead and plug your topic in there and see what you get. That's time. Well done. So I want you to take a look at those names, those possible names that you've jotted down there, and pick your favorite, the one that lights you up the most, and circle it. That's good enough for now. And then we're going to move on to our next step, which is step 3, the Oracle of Pricing and Time. I've been talking about the Oracle with a friend of mine lately. And when we talk about an oracle, it sounds like it's something outside of ourselves. But the oracle I'm actually referring to is the oracle in you, the oracle that is you. We might also call that your highest self. So one of the sticky points for people sometimes is the details of logistics, right? Like, well, how much am I going to charge for this thing? And when am I going to do it? So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment because I love seeing you for this. This is a little exercise I've played with Ollie before, and maybe some of you, actually. I'm not sure if I have, but I'm going to give you some prices, potential prices for the workshop you're creating. And I just want you to feel it when I say the workshop is priced at this, and just feel it. Notice, does that feel too high? Does that feel too low? Does that feel about right? Whatever you notice is perfect. So I'll tell you the prices now, and just notice what price range you end up falling in. So imagine that your workshop, you're charging $500 for it. How does that feel? Okay. Now you're charging $100 for it. How does that feel? And for the heck of it, we're going to go between $300. How does $300 feel? Okay. Now your workshop is priced at $50. How's that one feel? What if it's priced at $25? And how about $5? You have a sense of where the pricing for your workshop falls right now? Cool. I have seen workshops that were an hour or an hour and a half that people have charged hundreds of dollars for, certainly. I have seen them given away free. I'm going to recommend that you encourage you to charge something because it's too easy to do stuff for free sometimes for people like us. And I want you to know really see the tangible value of what you're doing in the world and put it out there in that way. Cool. So what you sensed, let that guide you in setting your price. And the same thing for a date. So actually, let me see if I can, I don't know if I want to do this now. That's going to mess up my mojo. So this workshop is happening, right? I want you to pick a date for it within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So you're going to feel into it. We're not going to poll our audiences or ask our friends. Just feel into the date and time that feels right for you. Take a look at your calendar and choose it. So I'm just going to give you a minute to do that. Okay. So now we have a price and a date that's good enough for now. And we're going to keep moving forward. Any questions that anyone has before we do that? Everybody still with me and alive? Nobody's spontaneously burst into flames or disintegrated in fear or melted like a witch who got wet. No? Okay, good. Like a phoenix. Nice. Very cool. Here we go. So now the oracle has been consulted. And I'm going to say this, you've probably heard me say it before, or you might have, that the secret that I discovered a long time ago is to sell something before you make it. And there are a lot of reasons for that. But the one that I was taught that really makes the most sense to me is that before you go to the trouble of building the thing, you prove that that it's a good match, the message and the market is a good match by getting people to pay you for it. So you're always getting paid to build things. So we could do the same thing with this workshop idea. And what's great about it is that if you put out an idea, if you invite people to a workshop and no one signs up, you didn't make it. All you had to do was know what it was, like be clear enough about what it was. You didn't have to spend any time making slides if you like slides, or practicing if you do practice, or whatever. And you can do the same thing like this for courses and things like that, right? It's a really good idea, especially for courses because they tend to take more time. And then you only end up doing it if people buy. And if they don't, you can just go back to the beginning of this process, refine the idea that you had, or come up with a new one and try it again until you get the right match and you're like, oh, okay, people are into this one. So here is step 4. This is your heartfelt invitation. So there are lots of ways to invite people to a workshop. You can use any that you want. I'm going to encourage these ones in particular. So I'm going to invite you to ask people you already know personally. So these might be past clients, current clients, friends, associates, members of this Impact Creators community, people you actually know. And I'm going to invite you to do that with a personal email or direct message. No worries, I'm going to give you a template in case you get brain freeze. You can use mine and customize it to your personality and topic. Here's why. It's simple and it works. And I want you to get results, and you have nothing to lose. And I really mean that. Here's a quote that I came across. It was shared by the amazing Win Morgan, who was quoting his mentor, George Pransky. And this is the quote from George: "The only risk in life is to feel bad for a little while." So the only thing really at risk here, and this is completely optional, by the way, but this is the worst that could actually happen, is that you invite somebody to your workshop and maybe you don't get a response. And you feel a little disappointed for a while. Maybe you feel a little discouraged for a while. That's it. You can do that. I can do that. I've felt discouraged before. I've felt disappointed before. I felt sad before. I felt every feeling, probably. And it always passed. And I was always okay on the other side of it. So that's the only thing at risk here. So here is a template. This is a suggestion. You can spice it up, bring your own personality to it. It'll be in the documents here, so you don't need to write this now. But basically, it's an informal little email, or if you want to send this by direct message, like, I'm offering a new online workshop, and I was thinking of all the amazing coaches, neurodivergent, neurospicy friends I know, and of course you came to mind. It's to help this type of person solve this type of problem or reach a goal, and it's happening on this date and time via Zoom. It's this price, and I think you might love it. Would you like the details? No pressure either way, just wanted you to know I was thinking of you. You could also leave out the price if you want to. I kind of debated on it. I was like, let's tell them the price. Why not? And then if and when they respond, you send them the details with the payment link and how they can join you. So very simple. You'll get that invitation for you to customize with your details. How are we doing on time? We're doing great. So there's a short and sweet description that I have in a template. And what I'm going to suggest is that when they say, yeah, send me the details, I'm interested, you can customize the short and sweet description, copy and paste it into the email along with a PayPal payment link, and that's all you need to do to send it. So I feel like I should share that with you, just so you can see how simple it is. Hold on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. And then I will share it again. So I actually even set this up. I set this up 2 ways for you. I wanted there to be absolutely no excuses for not doing this. So now let me share my screen. Okay. So this is one of the templates that you will have access to. It'll be with the replay and everything in the site. And this basically is a breakdown. You just fill in the blanks, right? All these little fields, you just fill in with your workshop information. Here's the title of my workshop, what it is, who it's for, why you should come. So I've given you bullet points that you can customize to your topic. So there are many full courses that you can take to learn copywriting, but this is like the shortcut. And you don't have to sell very hard for a workshop, right? You just need to give people maybe 3 bullet points that describe what it is they're going to get out of this thing. And at least one of these or 3 of these 5, just pick the ones that work for you to describe your topic. Here's when it is, where it is, how much it is, and what to do next. So you can just copy and paste that right into an email. There are also instructions for setting up a payment link in PayPal if you need it. It's pretty straightforward, but that's in this instructions doc, which has all of the steps we're going through today, as well as more templates that you can copy and paste. And here, I was actually very pleased with this. If you want a pretty version that acts kind of like a sales page, and you don't want to worry about doing something with your website, you can modify this. It's a little bit prettier. So you modify it with the workshop title, tagline, what it is, who it's for, same information as before, right? It just looks a little bit more like a website. It's formatted that way, and it has a spot for testimonials also, if you want to put them in. Okay, so that brings us to the end of step 4. Step 5 will be once you get people who actually say yes and pay for your workshop, then you're going to create it. So I've provided a simple workshop outline that's a template. It basically just says, here are the 5 different sections. You don't have to use it. I'm going to suggest it. Maybe I'll go back to that and show you that too. The whole idea behind this workshop is that you're giving people a real thing. So it's a breakthrough experience. It's a taste of what you have to offer. It's something that it's not just a tease, they actually learn something from it. And the intention of it, I'm going to suggest, is that at the end you include a call to action for maybe a coaching program with you, or a higher ticket product or service that you have, or a next step to take in order to encourage them to continue to work with you in a way that makes sense. So I will show you again what that looks like. A template here. looks like this. So there's a welcome. There's a part where you say, this is what we're going to cover. There's a spot to tell your story, just a couple minutes briefly. This is great, especially if you're talking to people who don't know you. You can kind of talk about your story in a way that relates to the topic you're sharing. You probably have one. And then you can talk about your philosophy. So this workshop is sort of designed to be a little intro to you and what you're about and what you believe in. So I'm going to point to Natalie for a minute. She said she's talking about bringing adventure into your life today. So she might tell her story of what adventure means to her, or how she got into adventure and what it means to her in her life, why it feels so important to have every day. And she could talk about her philosophy. Like, what is it that you believe about life, about adventure, about the way that you live? And it gives people a sense of who you are. And none of this has to take very long. It would probably only be maybe a few minutes, maybe possibly 10, possibly 15 minutes of an hour-long experience. But it's a really important part for people to connect with you. And then you lead them through your breakthrough experience. So this is where you can teach something. I would recommend only choosing one, possibly two exercises or experiences: a journaling exercise, a visualization, a meditation, a group discussion, thought experiment, breakout groups, whatever you want to do. And then this you might leave in, you might take out a little time for Q&A and live coaching, perhaps. And then at the end, your call to adventure, an invitation to work with you on the next step. So plenty of room for you to really make this your own, but enough structure that, again, just do it and let it be good enough for now. I will go back to sharing this. Here we go. So that's step 5. And step 6 is the easy peasy delivery. I've again given you a little email template that you can fill in and send. Basically, thanks so much for participating. Here's a link to the replay. If you want to send them the recording, you can. You don't have to. A reminder about the special offer or the call to action that you made in the end of your workshop. And that's it. Now, Zoom has an option where you can record on the cloud, and you can just copy that little link from Zoom right into your email. And then you don't have to worry about moving that recording anywhere. You don't have to upload it to YouTube. You don't have to do anything else with it. It makes it really, really easy to deliver it. So, oh my God, I can't believe I've gone through this whole thing in the 45 minutes. I'm so excited. So the call to adventure for you is to send out your invitations. Everyone here has created a good enough for now invitation to a workshop. I want you to send that to 10 people and see what happens. Share that invitation in the impact space. Please invite us. We might come. It's okay. I'm not going to call you a spammer or say you're trying to promote yourself. I want you to. I think everybody here is welcoming it. Like, promote yourself in the impact membership. I won't be jumping into everything, but you never know. And if you'd like feedback, you can ask for it, but you don't have to. And celebrate each other, please. Like, if you see something that someone's doing that's inspiring, that sounds cool, please tell them. That would be wonderful. So I want us to encourage each other. And I'm going to send you an invite if you want to join me for my weekend sprint. I'm going to do some co-working sessions. I think Ollie's agreed to come with me for at least part of them. I'm going to send that out. You'll get that in a separate email, but you are welcome to join me. There'll be times that are friendly for both North America and Europe. So it'll be earlier in the day for you guys. And if you want to just come in and get some stuff done, I'm going to set aside 2, 4, 6, like about 8 hours or so that I'm going to be working on my website so I can get it done. And you're welcome to come and join me. So I will stop my share now. Awesome. So the templates and everything, I will send, I'll send a separate email with it, but it will be in the, I'll show you exactly where it'll be. Let me pull it up. I have them all created. I just didn't upload them yet. Where I put the replay. Let me share my screen with you. So it's in the membership community. And if you go to, oh, let me get this out of the way. Sorry. This is the problem you were having the other day, Ollie, where you couldn't see the stuff because the Zoom menu was in the way. Yeah. I do not want to start the AI companion. Okay. So if you go to my spaces and then sorry, it's really in the way. The Impact Creators space. And here's the month that we're on, August 2025. Right here. Sell your workshop in 72 hours. It will be right on this page, all the links. It'll be the replay, the links to the templates that you can copy and make your own. Okay. So we have a little bit of time left. And I would love to hear from you guys. What are you noticing? What was in particular? What's surprising you? What's making you curious? Oh, I enabled the AI transcription. I did not mean to. It stopped it. Yeah. Tell me, what are you taking from this experience, this little whirlwind that we just went through?
How simple you have laid it out. I love that. I had been wanting to create a free 1-hour workshop to use as an invitation to enter my world, get a taste of me. So I was still thinking about that, but yeah, oops. Anyway, that's just what comes to mind. I might actually change it for something that there's a fee for. So not sure. Yeah,
Cool.
it's good. I like the simplicity. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. What else? Yes, John.
So for me, it's how do I reach the people who should take it? And those who have listened to me before, it's about those boomer-aged owners of businesses that need to exit the business, right? So those are the people who should take this. And what I'm thinking I will do is offer them a roadmap to exit your unsaleable business. That's the name of the workshop. It's going to be $299 or $397 or $497 or something like that. And it will actually show the journey from where you are now to where you're going to be, even if you've been told that you can't sell your business. But I don't know people who own their own businesses, right? So I'm going to have to go through other people to reach those people. So that'll be my biggest problem. But I'll do it anyway, because I've got to do this. And the more I do it, the more practice I'll get. So then come September, when everybody comes back to work and stuff starts happening, I'll have practiced it. So my date is September 4th, by the way, Thursday.
Ooh. Nicely chosen, John. I love it. And even publicly declared.
Yep.
Well done. I wonder if you know any, do you actually frequent any businesses that you suspect are unsellable businesses with boomer owners, like restaurants that you go to or anything like that?
No, not yet. However, I have been in conversation, starting to develop a relationship with a wealth management company that's just started up.
Cool.
and they wanted to talk to me about this aspect of my work precisely because it fits just in front of what they want to do. So I'm going to go back to them and say, hey, I'm going to do this workshop on the 4th. Introduce me to a couple of friendlies so we can see if this is what they want. So yeah, maybe I'll get 2 or 3 people from them. Because what we'll do, me and Spire, is use this as a testing ground for the workshop so that we can roll it out to all of their other clients.
Cool. Sounds like a beautiful plan moving forward.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Ah, awesome. Anyone else has something they'd like to share? Yes, Natalie.
So what I'm noticing, and I'll be transparent, is so it's not a lack of know-how because you outlined how simple it can be. It's okay. So when I hang up from this call, will I follow through on this? Right? It's more that like the fear starting to creep in around it still doesn't feel, I don't know. There's something there.
The technology behind it, you mean, or the whole
No,
infrastructure behind it?
no, I think all of that can be, it's more the mental blocks, the fear, the not wanting to put yourself out there kind of thing.
So,
Okay,
will
okay,
you?
Natalie. So I'll offer you something.
Oh,
I have all that stuff, the back end stuff. If you want me to help you, I can help you. I'm not sure in what way, but just that you've got somebody else. I always found that when you've got 2 people working on something, it's much easier to do.
I
So,
appreciate. Hmm. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's, having somebody else almost holding my hand and me not wanting to disappoint them, right?
yep,
It's less
exactly.
about the know-how and more around having somebody not let me run back in a corner and hide.
Yeah. And in fact, the way I would do it is I would say, yeah, I've got a few websites. I'd say, okay, we're going to do a workshop on this date. I'm going to put it up there now. And so you have to just deliver to that.
All right, I'll reach out to you,
woo!
John.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that brings up a good point. If like you have a buddy here, I've been actually meaning to reshuffle the buddies, but you have a buddy in the impact community or found like Natalie just found one in John, reach out to your buddy and or come hang out with me for a couple hours this weekend and do the things. Hit send on those emails or those messages and we'll do it together. It really does help.
Is it this weekend or next weekend stuff?
It's this weekend coming up. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. And I might do something next weekend too. I don't know. I've been feeling froggy, fiery lately, so I might do it again. Like, oh, I just want to do things. Awesome. All right, so let's do a little round here. I'd love for you to take a moment to get quiet and look within and look at the group of people here and make a wish for them. Make a wish for us. So I'll start and then we can pass the ball around. I wish, I wish that every one of us really knew that we have nothing to lose. We can go for anything that we want for real. So whoever's next can go. We can go popcorn style. So when you're ready, make your wish for us.
I wish us all joy and fun doing this.
Say again, Ollie, I didn't catch that. Your wish?
Joy and fun.
I wish us all progress, however small. Yeah.
Hmm.
I wish us all a sense of adventure.
Ooh.
And you see it in my name, the play at creation. Steph, because of our conversations before, you know that I already get what you wished for us. And yeah, it's time to just play and have fun. That's why we're here.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much, everyone. I will send out the replay and links, and it will be there by tomorrow morning at the latest, for you. And yeah, please post in the space, ask questions, share your experience, and invite us to your workshop, because I want to see what everybody's cooking up.
I probably won't be posting until end of next week because I've got a conference coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which will impact this as well. But yeah, and by the end of this month, I want to have my website up as well. As
Nice.
Alex Houston. Well, it's up there, but there's nothing there. It says coming soon. So,
It is amazing that, like, when I couldn't believe that I'd never done it before, launching a course in 3 days, and there were a lot of things I would do differently. Still need to kind of do an autopsy post on it, but we did it. Like, we spend so much time thinking about things when we actually could be doing them, and there's nothing to stop us.
yeah.
So if we join together, we can support each other in it. All right, lovelies, I'm ready to go too. Great to see you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Enjoy the rest of your day.